Hello, Sleevey here, back with more Dark Souls 3 Invasion content. I've played through the game before on my PC, but my PC's broken right now, so I booted up my PS4, got the game, and made some invasion builds, and, well, here we are. The problem with getting into the game after 4 years is everyone else knows their stuff, and you don't, so right now, I'm pretty bad. I try my best, but I just fall short, but you know what? Even if you're as bad as I am, you can still win some invasions. Like this one against this wizard host and his over-leveled phantom. So right now the host just used a seed of the giant tree, which turns the enemies against me, but because I'm bad at the game, I don't know that yet. I'm still having my little one duel with this phantom, and I get beamed by a crystal soul spear. And then again, and then hit with a rolling attack. Look at that health. I should be dead, but you know, fate must have been on my side, and I managed to persevere and bonk against a wall. Right now, the host and his phantom very much have the upper hand. If they wanted to, look at that game. If they wanted to set up a little 2v1 with the seed active, I try to go for a backstab there, but it doesn't work. Swingark still hits him now, the mark in his bit. They could definitely kill me, but I guess the host is cowardly and wants the phantom to play the game for him. So I can just have my little duel, do all that damage, try to finish him off with the falchion, but it doesn't work. So I retreat because the host has joined the battle. Now the host is a wizard and he has dark sorceries and chaos bed vestiges because of course he does, you know? Of course he does. But the phantom doesn't heal up and I managed to finish him off. Don't get greedy. I still get hit by the vestiges, but the host tries to kick me and I live. So the host does what all hosts do. He runs back to the bonfire. But the story doesn't end happily for this host. Now that his tail is between his legs, I switch to the partisan, and this host is brutally poked to death. Look at that. Ooh, poked. Just horribly hate to see it. It's done to our youth. Next invasion. This is another 2v1 at the archives, because 3v1s are too hard for me, I guess. I'm using the Claymore. I could be using the Hollow Slayer, but I wanted a little change of pace. There's no ladder, there's no elevator, so we're just gonna have a nice little 2v1 right here. But boom! That's an overleveled phantom! And he's got a sorcery catalyst! And he's got the Onyx Blade! That's an overleveled pyromancer! He's gonna do so much damage. Also, the host has a great club. That means big stun lock, so one hit from that, a couple dark sorceries, I am very dead. This is a scary combination. So I run up the stairs and I get a nice little turn and burn and do a good amount of damage to the phantom. I really wish that little sorcery spray had finished off the phantom, but we can't always get what we want, can we? And I just continue focusing on escaping. I try to roll in to punish the sorcery, but this guy is ready and does most of my health. The Onyx Blade is a scary weapon. So I'm still just running away. I get 2 more hits on the phantom right here. And then I go for the most panicked rolling attack in the world, but somehow it works out. And now things are looking pretty good. The phantom is dead, and I'm hoping that the host will take a little break from shitting all over himself in abject terror and actually fight me, but oh, he's just running away. Maybe a weapon swap. I could swap to the partisan, you know, that outranges. It's good for chase downs, get some good pokes in, maybe a good little fight. Just a good, oh, it's going to be like that, huh? The next invasion is a 1v1. In fact, I think the rest of the invasions in this video are 1v1s, but you know, and the host has double S. It's not like it's not whatever. This guy's using a ultra great sword, which I try to parry and just horrifically fuck up. He's using it one-handed, so I actually can parry it. And I switch to the partisan, maybe get some pokes in, go for the R2, because you can do the R2 to weapon art, to R2 combo. But then I switch back to tried and true, straight sword, and whip. I guess the whip isn't exactly tried and true. But you don't use the whip into hyper armor, and I take 4 R1s. Not sure what happened there. It was probably my fault, though. This guy's a pretty good player, though. He knows what he's doing with that sword. He knows how hyper armor works and all that. But, you know, sometimes he gets a little too cocky and boom, rolling attack, gets parried. I don't have the Hornet Ring on, so I'm not doing like maximum damage, but I mean, parry's a parry, and I get the Hunter Charm on him. Shout out to this guy for actually like fighting when the charm is on him. A lot of hosts will just run away or play super passive and backroll everything, but this guy, you know, he's swinging, he's taking shots. I appreciate that. I try to parry the standing R1, but you know, it doesn't work, but you know, maybe it'll work later. Foreshadowing. Anyway, he thinks the charm wears off a little bit before it does, but I mess up the punish, but a nice little prediction parry. Boom. Foreshadowing paid off. I hit him with the Hunter Charm again. He thinks he doesn't get hit by the charm. Backstab. Don't try to do that on my watch. Good game. Last invasion. Wait, no. This isn't the last invasion. So as we can see, we have invaded the Knot. And the Knot, I'm expecting a fight, but, you know, it's fleeting. After it's done, all that's left is the shame and the humiliation of defeat. Cooking. Last invasion. Actual last invasion. The last one doesn't really count. This one, I use a bunch of weird weapons. So I put the Great Scythe on this build. Why? I don't know. It doesn't do a lot of damage. Doesn't have hyper armor. I always think that move is longer than it is. It bleeds a little, I guess. It's not that good, and it's a not good weapon piloted by a not good player. Here I'm using the bloody, notched whip. But, you know, this guy's, his weapon wasn't doing a lot of damage. He had a phantom, but it returned home. Here I switched back to the scythe again. So I just wanted to mess around with the weird and wacky weapons that aren't very good that I put on this build. The scythe, though, is pretty fun. I might use the Corvian scythe because I heard that's just like a better version of Great Scythe. Here we're using the whip again. The whip, I think it has its back roll attack, or rolling attack, is very fast. Here we get a wonderful bleed proc, but the whip isn't a roll catch machine, so he gets off scot-free. I try to pull out the falchion, or the Kurdish Shuttle, but it doesn't happen. Right now we're using the scythe again. Buff it up with electricity. Not Karthus Rouge. We'll get there. Don't worry. We'll get there. The brain cell it'll kick in. Back to the whip again. I can't put Karthus Rouge on the whip. Why am I mispronouncing Karthus so much? Because it's blood infused. But, you know. Anyway, whips, if you want to have this like passive, very back roll everything R1 playstyle, whips are great for that. I don't, so I get hit a lot. I switch back to my scythe and try to just hit him some more with that. Maybe proc bleed. Here I finally, the brain cell, it kicks in and I put Karthus Rouge on the blood weapon. Blood buff, blood weapon, you know, brain cell's working. But that R2, that's, you know. And already we're doing way more bleed build up. I get hit by the R2 right there, which, you know, it's a roll catch. Roll catch is good, but, you know, soon, that blood, boom, bleed proc. Good game though. If his weapon did more damage, it would have been fun. Anyway, thanks for watching to the end. Like, subscribe, or don't. I don't know. My mic's being really fucky, so yeah. Good night.